A cryopreservation facility allows you to put your body on pause. A small Italian village bans residents from getting sick, and the Mediterranean diet is ranked the best diet for the 8th year in a row. These are the weird stories on Weird AF News. I'm so excited. I really like these stories. Let's get into it, right? Let's learn a little bit about the weird world around us. You know, hear from your buddy Jonesy. How about it? You into it? Okay, let's go. A cryopreservation facility now allows you to put your body on pause. This is a technology story. This company called TimeShift, they're described as the world's first cryopreservation facility, and it's based on cutting-edge AI and new cryopreservation techniques. This concept would allow cancer patients to wait in stasis for medical advancements, or even for humanity to outlive any apocalyptic disaster. Take two, Jonesy. Apocalyptic disaster. I feel like I'm living in an apocalyptic disaster right now over here in fiery SoCal. You guys are familiar with cryopreservation, right? I mean, it's been around for a while. Apparently this is the first facility. Yeah, I didn't know that this was the first facility. I don't know how have people been cryopreserved prior to this? It's just like it's a backdoor job. It's a not backdoor job. That's something else. A back porch job off Craigslist. They're saying this is the world's first cryopreservation facility, but people have been put on cryopreservation. I'm thinking of the great legendary Red Sox player Ted Williams, also the greatest hitter of all time, I always say. Also known as the splendid Splinter, or the Kid. Anyways, I don't know how. I thought there was a cryopreservation facility, but this is the world's first. That's what they're saying. This system that they're using even uses AI, because everything's using AI. I mean, people need to stop throwing this "I use AI" phrase around. We're not impressed anymore. My goodness, you call a place to have food delivery. They're like, we use AI now to deliver your food. You're like, enough. Okay? You don't have to put AI into everything, because now you're going to charge me more. You put AI in the title, and now apparently I got to pay 40% more for the same damn service that you really don't need AI for. I don't need AI to do my banking for me, okay? Money goes in, money comes out. Mostly money comes out. I don't need AI on top of it to tell me that what I'm doing isn't going to lead to funds appreciation and a healthy retirement. Okay, back to the cryopreservation facility. Let's find out what their exorbitant fees might be, and what are some of the reasons you might want to do this. They say also you're going to be able to have a digital avatar of your cryopreserved body / person to communicate with loved ones during the cryostasis. Yeah, I covered that AI digital avatar for dead people before. That's the thing. So they're combining some technologies into one here. They're also claiming that cryopreservation is suitable for endangered species or pets. Well, listen, if you're getting your pet cryopreserved, yeah, you ought to get your head checked. So sorry. Come on, man. What's wrong with you? Endangered species. That makes total sense. Total sense. Which is right now is all the species. So just cryopreserve 2 of everyone. Start making a cryopreservation Noah's Ark right now, because everybody's endangered. TimeShift, the company, might also allow humans to travel deep into space by storing them for long periods of time. Yeah, we're going to need that if we want to get anywhere. Even Mars is dangerously far. But if you want to go further than that, the body isn't going to last. That's why it's either teleportation or it's cryopreservation, and then we do it the old school way, which is slowly shifting through space. It's funny that this cryopreservation story came up on my plate today, because I just started watching an anime series called Blue Gender, or Gender Blue. It's one of those. Anyways, the story is about a young man who was cryopreserved because he had a disease that they thought would be cured at some point in the future. When they take him out of cryopreservation, the planet is totally screwed. It's run by giant insects that have killed mostly all the humans. So now he's got to fight these insects. It seems like a pretty fun story here. I'm enjoying it. I'm only 3 episodes in, but yeah, very coincidental. And of course, if you're considering cryopreservation of your body, these are things you need to think about. Where are we heading? What is the future going to be? Now, I don't think we're looking at giant insects killing all of mankind, but it's looking pretty bleak right now. I don't know if I want to be sleeping for 35 plus years longer. Let's say 150 years, and then I wake up, and what am I going to see? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be very, very good. You think the price of avocados is high now? Wait for 150 years from now what the price of avocados are going to be. I'm not going to be able to afford any produce when I wake up from my cryopreservation sleep. It says here this company goes beyond just preservation. Timeshift offers pre-hibernation enhancements such as longevity interventions and gene therapy, ensuring individuals awaken healthier and better equipped for the future. That's a bold statement considering you have no clue what this future is going to look like. Like, what good is it if I wake up healthier than I was when I went to sleep if I wake up and the entire planet is burning down around me? Now, I think the way you have to do it is, cryopreserve, sure, but they have to be stored, the bodies, the people that can afford, which is basically billionaires, have to be stored in a floating space vault of some sort, a space station, sort of like a mausoleum, maybe. You can imagine like a space mausoleum. This sounds kind of ridiculous, but think about it for a second before you judge me. You need a safe space to wake up in because we're not sure this is going to be safe down here. So you wake up, you peek out the window, and you look down at planet Earth. If it's still blue and green and there's clouds, then maybe okay to go back down. But if you wake up and you look down and it looks similar to Mars, go back to sleep time. An Italian village prohibits the residents from getting sick. Wow, I wonder what the punishment is. Death? The mayor of a small town in southern Italy has forbidden the residents from falling seriously ill. Wow, I never thought you could do this. What a great way to solve all of our health problems. Just make them illegal. I mean, why not outlaw aging while you're at it? Definitely acid reflux should be banned. I wish they would ban it here in the States because I'm tired of it, to be honest with you. They give me these little pills to take, but, those little pills are fine for a regular weekday. Those pills can't handle a weekend. Not my weekend. Football game. I'm watching football. Do you know what I consume while I'm watching football games? Those pills are a joke. 17 hot wings, a 6-pack of Guinness, 30 rips off a vape pen, never mind the cannabis. And the shots, sometimes. I try to limit my shots to the nighttime only, so doing shots during the day, those days are over for me. My point is, these acid reflux pills are just a joke for the weekend party times. Jokes. Okay, back into the story here where this Italian village is banning sicknesses. I think it's a great idea. Why didn't we think of this during COVID? Pathogens and viruses hate this one simple trick. So the ordinance comes down from this mayor who's got an amazing Italian name, as they all do over there. Antonio Torchia. Antonio Torchia. Instructs all of the residents to, quote, avoid contracting any diseases and pathologies that require medical intervention and to not get into any accidents or take risks that could endanger their health. Instead, the residents are advised to stay at home as much as possible, not leaving to travel. Don't travel. Don't play any sports. Just sit at home and drink your wine and eat your pepperoni and cheese. Well, I think this Italian mayor, Antonio Torchia, is onto something. What you say? This guy's onto something. Hey, Mayor Antonio Torchia, I think you figured it out, And yo, Mayor, you just gave me an idea how to fix world hunger. Just make it illegal to have world hunger. How about it, All right. This is all a joke, by the way. In case you're wondering, is this serious? No, it's a joke. This mayor's doing this to raise attention to the situation that's going on in this little town in southern Italy. Apparently, there is no healthcare access at all in this remote area. There is no emergency care available. There is no healthcare clinic. The nearest emergency room is 45 kilometers away. They have no doctors, nothing over there. So the mayor is using, tongue-in-cheek humor to bring some awareness to the situation because I'm sure he's tried to do the The governance route. When you're dealing with top-down government, very difficult to get things done. Too many morons are involved in top-down government. Representational government is also a terrible idea. I don't know why we're still doing it, but that's the case. Hard to get things done. So the mayor's like, you know what? I'm going to get some press here by making it illegal. People are sharing this all over the place. I'm even covering it here, so it's working. Now, this Italian town, Belcastro, has an aging population on top of all of this. Half of the 1,200 residents are 65 or over. They need some care, man. I got a quote here from the mayor. He says, "This is not a provocation. The ordinance is a cry for help, a way to shine a spotlight on an unacceptable situation, eh?" I don't know if he talks like that. He talks more Italian than that. Belcastro is in the southern part of Calabria, one of the poorest regions in Italy, sadly. There are about 1,700 general practitioners in Calabria for a population of nearly 2 million. However, none in Belcastro. This entire region is facing severe healthcare shortages, prompting 1 in 5 Calabria residents to seek medical treatments in other parts of Italy. Well, it sounds like they got bigger medical problems than we have here in the U.S. We have access most of the time to the medical services. They just cost so much that you then have to mortgage your house, and then eventually you live in a tent. But your teeth will be straight, so that's good. Now, it says here in Italy, since 2022, the government has recruited hundreds of Cuban doctors to fill the gaps that they're having. They estimate that another 2,500 doctors would be needed to ensure normal operations in this area of the country. This is a broader problem for the country as a whole. Every year, an estimated 1,000 doctors leave Italy to work abroad, apparently. I didn't know that. Making it one of the European countries most likely to lose its physicians to opportunities elsewhere. Fascinating. Mayor Antonio says, "If we do not provide essential services, these towns, these villages, will die within 10 years. And he's not wrong. You need essential services to keep these towns going. I know there's only 2,000 people there, but can we get one doctor over there? One dentist. How about that? A couple nurses wouldn't be so bad. If you can't have a real ambulance, then, work it with some horses. Make it work. Help these people." It is hilarious, though, to imagine making it illegal to be sick. That's what kind of drew me to the story in the first place, was the outlandish title. So it's working. "Stop right there, criminal scum. I'm bringing you downtown and booking you." "Booking me for what, sir?" "A case of the sniffles."
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. Sometimes the most painful part of getting sick is the getting better part. Waiting on hold for an appointment, sitting in crowded waiting rooms, standing in line at the pharmacy, that's painful. Amazon One Medical and Amazon Pharmacy remove those painful parts of getting better with things like 24/7 virtual visits and prescriptions delivered to your door. Thanks to Amazon Pharmacy and Amazon One Medical, healthcare just got less painful.
The Mediterranean diet has been ranked the best diet in the world for the 8th year in a row. The Mediterranean diet, which emphasizes fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, has once again topped the U.S. News and World Report's annual ranking of the best diets. This occurred on Friday. They named the diet the best overall diet for the 8th year in a row. The diet scored 4.8 out of 5 based on an evaluation of several factors, including nutritional completeness, health risks and benefits, long-term sustainability, and evidence-based effectiveness, according to the U.S. News and World Report. The diet also scored the top spot in 11 additional categories in the annual rankings, including easiest to follow, gut health, weight loss, and even mental health. I'm not surprised at all that the Mediterranean diet has won best healthy diet in the world 8 years in a row. I think the food is amazing. It's one of my favorite foods. I do a joke about how it's the greatest food and no one's talking about it. When you ask your friends, "What do you want to eat?" "Oh, it's pizza. Let's go out to sushi." No one ever says Mediterranean food, and it's the best. Who doesn't like all that food? And it's healthy. I do. I was working on this joke about it, and which I kind of abandoned because it wasn't getting the response that I intended, which was, a lot of laughs. I think people instead were like, "Hey, good point. Actually, you made me think about it a little more." Basically, I was saying how it's so light and healthy that it's like the only food you can eat and still twerk. I mean, you can't eat like a bucket of fried chicken and then twerk. You just can't. You're gonna get a cramp. Dancing after Mediterranean food, it's at one point in the joke I say, if I was gonna cater an orgy, it would be Mediterranean food. Yeah, I take the joke there. So what? I think it's funny. And then I talk about how fun it is to say that food. Those words are so fun. It's fun to say shawarma. Isn't it fun? Say shawarma. Guys, say it with me. Falafel. Isn't falafel fun? Here's a fun one. Baba ganoush. Who doesn't want to say baba ganoush? I order for the table when they're coming. No, guys. I got this. Baba ganoush, shawarma, kibbeh, hummus. Can we get a lot of hummus? I like hummus and falafel. I love to say that food. I love to eat that food. If you haven't had that food, please avail yourself of some Mediterranean food. Maybe you live in a place where there's a Halal Guys. Now, I know it's a chain. This isn't a Halal Guys commercial, but they do a pretty good job. All right, back to the article. Let's see if there's some value in here for our listeners. I got to give you more than just my ridiculous take on it and my bad joke, It says here the Mediterranean diet is not one way of eating, but a broad term used to describe the eating habits popularized in the countries bordering the Mediterranean Sea, including Italy, Greece, Morocco, Spain, and Lebanon. The way of eating focuses on the quality of foods consumed rather than focusing on a single nutrient or food group. This Mediterranean diet is mostly plant-based and focuses on healthy fats. Ooh, healthy fats. Healthy fats emphasized in the Mediterranean diet include extra virgin olive oil, love it, avocados, nuts, can't have them, salmon, sardines. All types of vegetables and fruits are encouraged on the diet, as are non-meat sources of protein like beans and legumes. Fish is encouraged as well, at least twice weekly, and other animal proteins like poultry, eggs, cheese, and yogurt are encouraged in smaller portions. Red meat consumption is limited to just a few times a month. And I agree with all of this. They didn't mention the olives, though. Oh, love olives. I never really got into olives until I started eating Mediterranean food. Here's something I love, too. Grape leaves. Oh, I have 3 cans of grape leaves in my pantry right now. I can't wait to crack one open. Oh, I also have an unopened jar of tahini. Who's into tahini? Guys, I mean, the Mediterranean diet is just stellar, bro. Okay, back to the article with some encouraging news. If you are someone who's really on the Mediterranean-style diet, you're going to have a longer lifespan. You're going to have a higher quality of life, and you're less likely to suffer from chronic diseases such as cancer and heart disease. There's even a study of over 60,000 people who followed the Mediterranean diet, and they had a lower risk of dementia, regardless of genetic risks. How about that? So, many different benefits from the Mediterranean diet. The American Heart Association, in case you want to hear from them, they say it plays a big role in preventing heart disease and stroke and reducing factors like diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. Consuming virgin olive oil in particular may help the body remove excess cholesterol from arteries and keep your blood vessels open. Don't you want to keep your blood vessels open? We'll drizzle a little virgin olive oil on your hummus. Hey, and how about that bread, huh? Do I need to talk about the pita bread? That pita bread that's the best bread. It's so light, it's so thin. When you eat like a sandwich with thick bread, on the sandwich, you're bogged down. You're done. You might as well go take a nap. Go to bed. But pita bread, you still have pita bread. You can go out dancing. You can go run a little bit. You could go play laser tag after having a pita pocket sandwich. I could just go on and on about Mediterranean food. I'm not just the pod daddy, guys. I'm the falafel daddy. Anyone want to get me a shirt made called Falafel Daddy? I'll rock that. Oh, pita in the morning, pita in the evening, pita at supper time. Hi, my friends. How are you? This is your buddy Jonesy. I'm still kicking it in the Los Angeles area in my apartment. I'm doing all right. A lot of you have reached out to me. I had some phone calls, a bunch of phone calls. I'm not going to publish them because they're all just asking most of them are just asking if I'm okay. So I'm just going to answer. I'm okay, everybody. I'm okay. The air quality is horrendous, but I'm staying indoors. When I did go outside, I put a mask on. I did have to go outside, though, so I just put the mask on. There's ash falling all over my neighborhood, and the sky is orange. Well, it looks like the apocalypse has arrived, but I'm staying positive. The fires are still kind of going around me, but I'm in the smack dab in the middle. Nearly smack dab in the middle of 4 fires. But I'm pretty safe, and I don't see an evacuation happening anytime soon. So I'm going to try and ride it out. I'll probably try and get the hell out of here for the weekend, though, because I just can't really – I don't want to deal with this air quality for that many days in a row. And, so I also had an insurance adjuster come look at my car today. Does anyone give a damn about what I'm saying right now? You could just click away if you don't care about my life. It's totally fine. I get it. I had an insurance adjuster come take a look at my car because a tree fell on it. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. A tree just fell right on my car, so I don't have a car at the moment. It makes it tough to evacuate, but I'm gonna buy a donkey off Craigslist so I can get out of here if I need to. Anyways, it turns out insurance adjuster's like, I think your car's totaled. This is terrible. Imagine. I thought it was like salvageable, but it's because my car is too old, man. It's a 2010 Honda. It's just not gonna make it. So I think I'm gonna be out without a car for a bit. Anyways. After saying this, I had some people buy me coffees to support me, which was just tremendous, and I'm so humbled and grateful. Cordyceps bought me some more coffees. Cordyceps from Texas, Australia, who's bought me many coffees on here and is also a member of the Patreon. In other words, hella supportive, what I like. Wrote me a little note about, good luck with those flying trees, Jonesy. Here's some coffees for you. Super appreciative. That made me smile. Also, Lisa Coe bought coffees as well. She's a member of the Patreon as well. Imagine she's a Patreon, but also thought to buy me coffees. She says, hi, Jonesy. Just got finished listening to Wednesday's podcast when you were talking about recycling Christmas trees. I live in a town outside of Nashville, and some of the farmers will take your Christmas trees and your Halloween pumpkins for their goats. The goats love to eat them. Which I had no idea, Lisa. Thank you for informing me and informing us that goats love to eat Christmas trees. That's a great way to recycle Christmas trees. Give them to some goats. Lisa wrote, I was in the Patreon and saw the pictures of your car, Jonesy. I'm really glad you're okay, but that really sucks. Here's a little extra to help you fix your windshield. Good luck with your life, man. Lisa Coe. Isn't that sweet? Just super supportive people. Charlie also bought me a coffee and wrote, yo, keep it up. The day will rue. Yo, keep it up. The day will rue. That's what it says. That's it. Charlie, hooking it up. Thank you, Charlie, for the coffee. So appreciate that. I've been drinking some instant coffee lately because I found a brand that I really dig. Maybe I'll share that in the Patreon if you guys are looking for a good brand of instant coffee. I know some people are too bougie to drink instant coffee, but I'm not above it at all. I come from like white trash adjacent, so instant coffee I was in my house growing up. It's not a big deal. The old Folgers, you guys remember the Folgers with those quote flavor crystals, whatever that was? I'm pretty sure it was cancer, but anyways, super supportive, and I'm super grateful of everybody. Thank you for buying me coffees and reaching out to see if I'm okay. And I'm all right, so we'll keep it going. Tomorrow's Friday, by the way, so send me those Florida Friday stories. I'll get to work on that. Well, if you're new to the podcast, on Friday I only do weird news from Florida. Yeah, that's right. So keep those stories coming. My email's funnyjones@gmail.com. You can also DM me in my Instagram @funnyjones as well. If you want to support the show, go to weirdafnews.com. That's where you can buy a coffee or join the Patreon. It's very easy. Okay, take care of yourself. Okay, bye-bye.